And as you know, we do special things. We do different things here on this show. And today we thought we'd take a real special treat and come to the grade 1 class here at Valmont Academy. And we know the kids today are the kids of our future. And we know we got possibly a mayor here, possibly some models, some superstars for sure, maybe some teachers. And maybe the teacher that's here in this class today is a little bit worried that she might lose her job to one of these kids. So we'll find out a lot of that stuff now as we go. We're going to ask the kids some questions, and hopefully they're going to answer them one at a time if they know the answer. And even if they don't know the answer, sometimes maybe they think they know the answer and we'll get it that way. And we're going to get them all to introduce themselves first, and then we'll ask them some questions. First of all, we got
Jonah
Bowers.
Caitlin Budgell.
Christopher Noble. Megan Burt.
Zachary Osmond.
Jacob Bowers. Rebecca Bowers. Now, most of these names are of kids area in Kings Point area. I don't know if there's either one here from Rattling Brook. No, there isn't. But we have one kid here that's from the Jackson Cove Harry's Harbor. And maybe we'll ask him one special question for himself. Do you enjoy riding on the bus to get to school in the morning?
Yeah.
And what's the best you like about it?
I saw him this one time.
And what about the bus driver? Do you enjoy riding with George?
Yeah.
Now, we're going to ask a question, and if you think you know the answer, put up your hand and we'll see. And just because one person's the answer, that don't mean somebody else don't know the same answer. If you had $1 million, what would you do with it? Let's see what Rebecca would.
I would buy my cat a bed.
Buy your cat a bed. Now, is there anybody else know what would you do with $1 million? Anybody else? What would you do? While you're thinking.
Buy lots of clothes.
Buy lots of clothes. What type of clothes would you buy? Would it be summer clothes, winter clothes? Or a little bit of everything, would it?
A little bit of everything.
Now, Caitlin, what about you? What would you do with $1 million?
I would buy McDonald's all the time.
Buy McDonald's all the time. Now, I'm going to stay with Caitlin because I enjoy McDonald's myself. And what do you like best about McDonald's, Caitlin?
You get a toy in every Happy Meal.
Toy in every Happy Meal. Now, speaking of McDonald's, do you know who Ronald McDonald is? Who is it? Have you ever seen Ronald McDonald?
I know he's something like a clown.
He's something like a clown. That's not a bad thing. Now, I'm going to ask you a real important question. Now, what about the mayor of Kings Point? Do you know if it's a man or a woman? Anybody know? Jonah, do you know?
I think I know if he's a man or a woman.
Is he a man or a woman?
I think he's a man.
You think he's a man. Anybody else know? You think it's a woman. And down in Jackson's Cove, who's the mayor? Is there a mayor? There isn't. Now, if you were going to go out and buy a brand new truck, how much do you think a brand new truck would cost?
$500.
$500? What about you?
$179.
$179. How much do you think it would cost?
$107.
107. Now, Megan, I know you're behind me. How much do you think it would cost?
$5,000.
5,000. And you, young Morse, how much do you think it would cost?
$700.
$705.
$101.
Oh boy, what deals we're getting! And last but not least, how much do you think it would cost?
$149.
$149. Boy, I'm buying one of those cars. I'll guarantee you that. Now, some of the kids got teddy bears here in their arms, and they do special things here at school. What is some of the special things that you guys do here in your classroom? Who can tell us some of the things?
We do fun stuff.
Like?
We go outdoors sometimes, and we go. And yesterday we went to get an ice cream, and we get to do a lot of fun stuff.
Yes. And?
We learn a lot.
What type of things do you learn?
We learn how to read and spell and everything.
Yeah. Now, is anybody over here can tell me some of the things you do here in school? Why? I'm getting, is it a mirror image? But when I look over this way, I think I've already seen it over this way.
They're twins.
Are you jumping around on me? Uh-oh, now I know why. You're twins, aren't you? You got a twin brother in the same class. Now, your teacher must have some trouble telling you a different part. Does she ever call you by the wrong name? Now you're laughing. I finally made you laugh. Now tell me what was funny about your teacher calling you by the wrong name.
You don't know us apart only by 2 ways.
Oh, what's the 2 ways? Tell me.
My brother got the front teeth, and I do.
Yeah.
And he ain't got a mole on his nose.
He haven't have a mole on his nose. No, look, and you're right. He don't have any front teeth. Boy. Now, what happens though when you get your teeth back? It's going to be really hard to tell you apart, right?
No. Yeah, and when you lose that mole.
When you lose that mole.
Or if I get one.
Get you to move back a little bit now. Look. Okay, now let's see what else we can find out that's really interesting. Now, we've already found out one. Is there any more twins here? No. If you were going to be anybody in the world, now remember, listen to me now. If you were going to be anybody in the world that you could be, who would you be? And I'll ask each one of you to tell me who you would be if you could be anybody in the world. Would it be a teacher or something like that? Tell me what you think you'd like to be.
I'd like to be a doctor.
Doctor. What would you like to be if you could be anybody in the world?
Ice cream one.
Ice cream man.
Teacher.
A teacher. See, I knew Mrs. Cutler was going to have trouble. What would you like to be?
An artist or a teacher.
An artist or a teacher?
A dad.
A dad. Now, that's a good thing. Well, I'm coming back to that question. What would you like to be?
An archaeologist.
An archaeologist. Boy, now that's an interesting job. What about you?
I'd like to be a storeman. Still, I could get more money than I already got because I got so much money, so I could get a bank card.
Yeah. Boy. Now, you said you'd like to be a dad. How old do you think you should be before you become a dad?
15.
15. How old do you think you should be before you become a dad?
21.
Boy, that's a good age. Now, how old do you think you should be before you're a mom?
29.
29. How old do you think, Megan, you should be? But Megan keeps running away from us. She's really shy, I'd say.
25.
25. And you?
26.
26 to become a dad. That's not a bad age. What about you?
109.
109. Boy, that's an interesting age. What about you? How old do you think you should be before you become a mom?
22.
22. Now, if you could be one of your special people, whether it be an hockey star or a ballerina or somebody like that, who would you like to be? Even if there's a model, who would you like to be?
A star.
Star. And what's your favorite star? Is it a singer? What's her name?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. Now, if you could be any special person, what would the person be? Would it be somebody like Wayne Gretzky or somebody like that?
Somebody that sells ice cream.
And who would that be?
Uh,
You must love ice cream.
As soon as I see it, there's a bowl full of gone.
Is it? And what's your favorite ice cream to eat?
White.
White. Now, if you could be any special star in the world, who would it be?
A hockey star.
A hockey star. And what's your favorite hockey player? Is it the Toronto Maple Leaf? Is it Curtis Joseph, that goaltender? Or is he some hockey player out playing out on the ice?
Toronto Maple Leaf.
Just any of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, Megan keeps sliding and sliding farther away from me. If I could bring her back in here, slide your chair back in. Now, while we're waiting for Megan to do that, who would you be?
Yeah. Better.
What about some hockey star or something like that? Would you like to be an hockey star?
Yeah.
Megan?
Star?
What's your special star? What's her name?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. She seems to be a popular singer. Now, if we could look, this little feller's starting to hide behind his shirt. Who would you like to be if you could be anybody in the world?
Scratch on.
Who? Who would it be? What about you, Caitlin?
A star?
A star. And who would that star be? Do you know her name?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. Boy, we'd have a lot of Britney Spears. But there's not much competition for teacher's job, Airden, in this class. Now, we'll take a little break now, and then we'll ask you some more questions, because I know you guys don't like questions all the time, and we'll take a little bit of a break, because I need a bit of a break.
I don't.
Now, after a big recess, we're all back here again. Now, we're going to find out what each one of them had for recess and some of their favorite foods. Now, I understand that everybody here likes milk. Now, what's your favorite type of milk to drink?
White milk.
White? What about yours?
I like both.
Both.
White.
White?
Both.
Both?
White.
White?
Your kind.
Neither kind. You don't like milk. And you like ice cream, though.
Yeah.
And your kind?
Yeah. White.
White.
Yeah. I think.
That's right. Ice cream is made of milk. Now, I'm going to ask you, did you ever walk the beach and see what they call seaweed in the beach?
I see seaweed lots of times.
Now, do you know that in ice cream there's seaweed? Never knew that, did you? When you walk the beach again, you think that every time you eat ice cream, you're eating seaweed. But it's a different type. Anyways, now like we said, we had all went for recess. And not only did we have milk, what else did we have that was good? Because here they teach you to eat healthy, right? What did you eat for your snack at recess?
White ice cream.
You had ice cream.
Cheese and crackers.
Cheese and crackers.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Cheese and crackers and a fruit roll.
Cheese and crackers and a fruit bowl.
A juice and peanut butter and crackers and fruit roll.
Boy, you're a big eater, eh? What'd you have?
Cream.
Just ice cream.
I had a bar and some bar and Dunkaroos.
Bar and Dunkaroos. Now, Dunkaroos. What is Dunkaroos? I've never eaten Dunkaroos.
It's cookies and it's frosting.
Cookies and frosting. Now, I understand you guys do a lot of reading here in school with your teacher. Some of your favorite books that you read?
I like penguins.
Penguins. You don't have a favorite book?
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
This kind.
This kind of book. Oh, Little Mermaid. What's your favorite book?
Pablo.
And yours?
This one here because I won on Bedtime Tales for my first time winning.
Your first time winning on Bedtime Tales. Now, we've got to go back to Bedtime Tales. And what's your favorite book?
About penguins. This is my favorite book.
And what's the name of it?
Minderella.
Minderella.
It's Minnie acting out as Cinderella. And a cow is her dairy fairy.
And your favorite?
It's the book I got. Oh, I can't remember what it's called.
Is it about fire trucks or anything like that?
I think it's about you learn about numbers and stuff.
Numbers and stuff. Now, with all this reading and everything you learn here in school all the time, who do you think is the smartest, boys or girls?
Girls.
Girls
Boys.
and boys. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to ask you, what do you think boys are smarter than girls? What can boys do different than girls? Makes them smarter.
You could chop wood gooder.
Chop wood better. What about you? You think girls are smarter?
Yes.
And why?
Because they like to read a lot.
They like to read a lot. And that makes them smarter, right?
Yeah.
And who do you think is smarter, boys or girls?
Boys.
And why?
Climbing trees.
Because they're able to climb trees. But don't girls climb trees too? Okay. We'll see. Megan, who do you think is smarter, boys or girls?
Girls.
And why?
Because they can swim good.
They can swim good. What about you? Boys or girls?
Boys.
And why?
Because
Just because, is it? You think about it and let me know when you're ready. What do you think, boys or girls?
boys.
And why?
Because boys can swim better than girls.
Oh, no. What do you think, boys or girls?
Girls, because I can swim in the deepest part of the pool over Springdale.
See, she can swim in the deep part of the pool.
Yeah, me too.
So now the girls, it's funny, neither one of the boys said that girls were smarter, and neither one of the girls said that boys were smarter. I wonder why. Now, if you guys somebody came along and gave you, say, $10, do you think $10 is a lot of money?
No. No. No.
Not a lot of money?
No. No.
How much do you think is a lot of money?
$500. 109 and 109 and 20. 109. 1,000. 2,000. All the money in the world. $129.
$129. Now, does everybody have a computer?
No.
Not every. Okay.
I got one.
Who got a computer? Okay. Tell me now. What do you think is the best thing about a computer?
You can do all kinds of stuff on it, and you can draw and type and stuff.
And Jonah, what do you think is the best thing with a computer?
I could draw on my computer. I could even play a game like X knows. I don't even know what it's called.
Now, mentioning that, does everybody know what Nintendo is?
Yeah. I had a regular Nintendo and a Nintendo 64. I got Nintendo 64 still now.
Now, we had a good chord. Everybody seems to know what Nintendo is. Tell me exactly what is Commodore 64.
I don't know.
You had a computer, and you don't know what Commodore 64 is. Now, Does you know what Commodore 64 is? Okay, if I asked you what a Pentium 2 was, would you know what it is?
No.
Would you know?
Is it some kind of a computer?
What do you think a Pentium 2 is?
A kind of computer?
Don't know. Okay. Now, let's see if you can tell us. Now, we know everybody has something funny happen to them. What's the funniest thing that ever happened to you? You're thinking it must be real funny because you're laughing. What was the funniest thing that ever happened to you?
I don't know.
What about you?
When I was a little girl, I had two of my friends over, and see, we were playing, and I was a little girl, and see, I had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't want to stop playing ball, and I didn't want to stop playing, and see, there was a little Santa head, and I was a little girl then, and I beat in the head.
Now we know what the story was. Now, what's your most funniest thing happened to you?
One time, when I was my little saw, I was looking in front of me, and my saw was behind me.
Have you remembered your funniest one? What is it?
Tickling.
Tickling. Who was doing the tickling?
Dad.
Dad. And you were doing a lot of laughing.
Laughing.
Now, Megan, we'll turn around and get you. What's your funniest thing that happened to you?
Tickling.
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 What's your funniest thing happened to you?
When I was at my dad's shed, shouting wood.
Yeah? And what
Stuck
happened?
my axe on a piece of wood, and went over to help my brother. When I came back, I couldn't find my axe because it was behind me.
And what about you?
When I was a little baby, my mom used to put my food in front of me, and I used to put it all over my face.
Boy, now that's funny, isn't it?
I know something that'd be funny if it happened.
What would that be?
If there was a boy, and it smashed someone's face.
Oh. Now, we all know that most everybody grow up and get married. How old do you think you should be before you get married?
31.
31.
39. 32. 25. 26. 21. 39.
39. Boy, a lot of people going to be late getting married here. Now, how old is somebody when they become a senior citizen?
I think you might be 38.
38. How old is someone when they're a senior citizen?
I think it would be 91, 92.
How old would you be when you're a senior citizen?
93. 95. 99. 20.
20. Boy, I guess I'm over the hill. Now, when you get ready to come to school in the morning, what's one of the first things you do when you come to school?
Furby wakes me up before I get out of bed.
Who wakes you up?
My cat, Furby.
Your cat, Furby. What's one of the first things you do when you come before you come to school?
Eat my breakfast. My mom wakes me up. I get up to turn off my light when I go on. I nips and then it lights up, and then I bring it to the light and light up the light so I don't trip. I'm not nerd.
And what's the first thing you do?
I wake up and then I start coughing a lot.
What about you, Keaton?
I wakes up and my dad's going to work when I wakes up, so I walk down in bed with my mom and sister.
And what's one of the first things you do?
Eat my breakfast.
Now, we know that it's very important to eat a good breakfast before you come to school. What's one of the best things you like to eat for breakfast?
Frosted Flakes.
They're good, right?
I like cereal and toast with a good glass of juice.
What do you have? One of the best things you like for breakfast?
Cereal.
Megan?
Chocolate chip cookies and milk. Toast.
Mr. Kelly, come in the office, please, Mr. Kelly.
And glass of juice. Honeycombs. I like slice of toast jam with cheese.
Boy, they're making me hungry. Because Frosted Flakes, I really like Frosted Flakes. Now, if you were going to go to bed at night, we already talked about the first thing you do. What's the very last thing you do before you get ready to go to bed at night?
Brush your teeth. Fix your blankets on your bed.
Looks like somebody never had enough sleep last night. What's the last thing you do before you go to sleep at night?
Play trouble. Say goodnight to your mom and dad. In my brother. My dad forgets to bring some water up to me, so I gotta rush downstairs and get it, and I get angry at my dad. I jump in my sleeping bag. Brush my teeth.
Boy, now we're real busy. Now, if I was your teacher, and I know I'm not your teacher, but if I was your teacher, what's one of the first things you'd say to me when you come into the classroom in the morning? Start with you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, teacher.
Well, you got them all trained well anyway. Now, have you ever heard of an apple a day keeps the doctor away? And what does it mean to you? What? What does it mean?
It keeps the doctor away after.
Yeah, but what does it mean? Did anybody here know what an apple a day keeps the doctor away means?
It means, like, if you eat an apple, an apple is healthy, and if you eat one, you won't have to go to the doctor very often.
Right. Now, what is a dentist? Anybody know what a dentist is?
It checks your teeth. It checks your teeth and makes sure they're clean. It checks your teeth and makes sure you don't have any cavities. Is a doctor for teeth, and last time I went to the dentist, I got an x-ray done on my teeth.
X-ray on your teeth. Now, when we go and we have special things for meals like fish and soup, what is a tautin? Have anybody ever had a tautin? You know what a tautin is?
No.
Do you know?
No.
Do you know?
No.
Anybody know what a tautin is?
I do.
What is a tautin?
It's little balls of food.
Little balls of food. That's close. But anyways, what else can we... now we're going to get each of the little children here now before we leave to tell us a little thing special about themselves. And every little child is got a little something different than everybody else. What's special about you?
My cat, his paw was hurt last weekend. And I got a new bedroom set.
Good for you. Now, what's special about... Now, first I got to do is, there's two of these here, and I got to figure out which one is Jonah and which one is Jagger.
Jagger.
You're Jagger, so from now on, the one with no teeth and no mold is Jagger. Would you think you will ever get your teeth back?
Yeah.
And what happened for you to lose your teeth?
She got loose and he went away, but that one that was right there, he's like that one though.
Yeah.
But it was right there. He didn't get out by being loose.
And what's special about you?
I'll eat it. Was my brother beat the piece of it, and then he got loose. Then he had to come out.
Got to be something special about you. You think about it, we'll come back. What's special about you, Megan?
I'm a real good reader.
You're a good reader. Young Morris, what's something special about you? You got nothing special about you? I think it is. You think about it. What's special about you?
There's some. My mom and daddy loves me a lot.
And what's special about you?
I get sleep top bunk.
Oh, that's a good thing. Did you think of what's special about you?
Sleep flat faster.
Yeah. Now, we mentioned when Jagger lost his teeth. Do anybody know what the tooth fairy is? What is the tooth fairy?
It's your mom.
I never knew that.
It's a little fairy that comes to your house in the night, and when you lose a tooth, you put it under your pillow, and the tooth fairy takes it and leaves money.
Leaves money.
True.
What is the tooth fairy?
Leaves money under your pillow.
What is the tooth fairy?
Your dad. Your mom or your dad.
Do you know?
I think it's a little fairy.
Do you know what a tooth fairy is?
A little fairy.
Now, we know, but if the tooth fairy is your mom, how can it be in your house and his house and somebody else's house all at the same time?
Because there's lots of moms.
Well, that's a good thing. Now, be a mom. Is that an hard job?
No.
Do you think being a mom is a hard job?
No.
What about you?
No. Yeah. Y-E-S. Yes. Yes.
And why? Tell me one thing you think makes being a mom a real hard.
You gotta look after kids a lot. 'Cause you gotta cook and everything. Gotta set the table. Cook.
Now, who said that being a mom is not a hard job? You did, didn't you? Why do you think being a mom is not a hard job? And you said being a mom is not a hard job. Why do you think being a mom is not a hard job?
'Cause all she has to do is cook and sit down and knit. That's all she does. That's all my mom does and watches TV.
So who do you think works hardest then, a mom or a dad?
Dad.
Dad. What about you?
My dad got to drive a big truck.
Mom or dad? Who works hardest?
Mom. Dad?
Who do you think works hardest?
Dad. Mom. Both.
Both. Now, one more question before we leave. Who do you think works hardest in the school, the teacher or the principal?
The principal. The teacher. The teacher. Principal. Principal. Both. I think all the students.
Well, now, I wondered if there'd be anybody think that the student, why do you think the student works harder than the teacher?
Because you gotta learn all kinds of stuff.
Now, that's a good thing to end off the show with. And hopefully you've enjoyed this. And hopefully we can do this on a once or twice a year, come in and visit different classes and answer questions like this. And it actually prepares some of the students for different types of things, because we know they, at this age level, they don't learn all about the politics in the world and things like that, but it may help them to enjoy some of the news on the TV and watch a little bit more, never knowing when we're going to be around again. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Tune in again next week, same time, same channel.
Live in every town, all around every corner, they make this world go round. Let's find someone to talk to and see what part they play in this bigger picture that make up every day. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk to the town. Let's see what kind of people make this world go round. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk to the town.